Yeah, I'm not sure if I spoke to you before, but this has come up before. I believe that was just an oversight, and we'll look at adding that. It shouldn't be an issue.
And the other one is LDs just feel like they're handled very poorly in the game. You go LD in a raid mob, and the chances of you actually getting back in that raid are, until the mob's dead or the raid wipes, are just pretty low. You should be able to, if you can get back in before that mob is dead, you should be able to rejoin that raid or the group or whatever it is that's going on.
Yeah, so maybe there's two issues there. Are you guys feeling that the LDs are more common since, say, Battlegrounds came out? We did make a change there, so we can look at backing out a little bit of a change we made to see if we can fix some of the LD problems. That's number one. And then number two would be, like you mentioned, maybe some kind of reserved slot in your group to let that guy back in. It's a pretty cool idea. There'd be no reason why we wouldn't want to do something like that. We just have to look into it and see how hard that would be. Probably pretty easy to do, so we'll add that to the list.
Real quick ones. The guild hall, with the new age of easy travel, is it possible to make it so the bell in the guild hall can take you into the cities instead of having to go out to Tonica first and then zone, the double zone?
Sure, I can't see why we wouldn't do that. We'll do that.
And the other one real quick is just a couple of housing items. What are the chances of mirror tiles for the flooring? And the other one is like a Roland Thier, it's like a fence-like looking floor, something like that becoming available for housing.
Sorry, what was that last one, the floor?
The flooring, it kind of looks like a chain link fence almost, like in Roland Thier.
Oh, right. There is some kind of cool metal floor from Tinkerfest, but that's not quite the same. Well, first of all, the mirror, there is a mirrored sumac platform which carpenters make, so that will give you a big mirror. Just a tile with no border, I'm not sure. It might look a little weird. I think we might get some graphic bugs, but I can talk to the art team about that. As for the floor, if you want to drop me a PM on the forum and just tell me exactly where to see that floor, exactly what zone, what room, then I can go to the art team and we can see if it's possible or not. It may depend on the texture, but we could certainly discuss it.
6 questions left. Dave, can you see that it's just one per person, please?
All right. Hi, I'd like to recommend an inventory auto sort button. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the first person to recommend it. So I would just add that if the issue is the complexity of how to order things and how to lay them out in your bags, I just want to stress that that's not really the important part. The important part is just that it gets ordered in some way. So if you just want to wing it, just do something that makes halfway sense and just get it in there. That'd still be a huge help.
Yeah, like Rich said earlier, we definitely want to do some things to improve your inventory management, whether it's some alternate UI things or auto sorting or auto bags or something like that. So yeah, we'll keep that in mind and see what we can come up with.
This has been asked a couple times before in previous fanfares, I'm told, but something that's come up that I've noticed is there's a lot of clutter in banks, keys and gate crystals and other assorted items that are associated with the access to a zone. Could we get a key ring for all this stuff to go into, that when we open it up, we can see what we've got, it shows us what zones we have access to, and we don't have to go hunting through our completed quests and hope that there was a quest associated with getting into the zone so we can see what we have access to?
Yeah, we're going to be doing some of those kinds of things. We just have to talk about exactly what needs to get done to help organize the inventory. We're going to be doing a lot of that. 4 left.
Okay, this isn't a question, it's actually a suggestion, and it goes back to what somebody over there suggested about Profit UI. If you're thinking about actually making that part of the default UI, I use Prophet for not just a healer class that I play, but I also play a troubadour, and there are other classes that could benefit from that same concept. So what I've been doing is I've actually been editing the XML files for the Prophet UI to do certain abilities and use items and so on and so forth. So my suggestion is maybe to consider making it a click to macro kind of a thing.
I remember discussing, I don't know if it was with you or someone else, the same idea that they wanted to have something like group members, they could have like 3 slots, drag a spell into that slot that when they click that, it'll cast it on them without switching targets so you don't lose your DPS. That's definitely something we can look into. I was just wondering, with the deity window, when you go to the altar and you're trying to sacrifice things, you have to drag it, and then you have to put it in the window, then you have to click the button to sacrifice it, and then you have to go through the confirmation window. You have to do this for every single item. Is there any way we can get like something like a trade window where you can just alt-click everything into the window, hit accept once, hit the confirm, and be done with it instead of having to go through however many items?
Your deity demands your devotion, and this is your service to your deity. There is no sacrifice without pain.
Okay, my question is for the mechanics guy, really. I kind of just forgot to ask this question during the mechanics panel, and it's mainly just for rogues in general. One of the coolest things about just the rogue tree was in the past the whole lunge line. And I mean, it's not even a viable line anymore, to be honest with you. So I mean, it would just be nice because it's so unique to be able to, maybe if you guys would explore improving that so where it's actually a viable option for, you know, maybe people who play at a high level.
You're talking about the wisdom line, right? The former wisdom line.
Yes.
I would definitely like to go back and look at that. I do not have an estimated time for it. I've got a lot on my plate.
Yeah, I understand. It's just something I wanted to bring up, but thanks.
Yeah, I agree.
2 more.
Yes. Oh, we got 2.
The items from the avatar, since you're not going to bring them back, such as the bracelet of the trickster, is it possible to maybe get those type of items again from other mobs?
No. Those items are way too powerful. I mean, they really made it impossible for us to offer any upgrades after them, so I doubt you see anything that powerful in the short term.
My question is, I know I've seen it in, it was either beta or something, but there was a pocket AA mirror that you could use whenever you wanted to, just keep it in your bag. Is there any chance that's going to go to the live server?
Sounds like there is a chance.
As you can tell, we clearly need to discuss this idea. Some of us are for us and some of us are against it. So we'll have to talk about it some more and then and consider it, but we'll put it on the list and talk about it. And make it station, yeah. Anyway, thanks to everybody for coming. We really appreciate you coming by and spending your time with us. Make sure you come to the banquet tonight, and we'll see you all soon. Bye.
Also, it looks like they need to get ready for the banquet, so if you guys don't mind, if you could go ahead and exit stage left so they can get ready, we would appreciate it. Thanks. Or stage right.